Make yourself a better guitar player with Where's My Mind by the Pixies. This comes from a famous old movie that I'd love to see if you can figure out, and drop me a note in the comments. There's even a hint somewhere along the way in this video if you pay attention, and I'd like to know if you recognize that as well. Anyway, this song is written in the key of E major. Makes sense then to start the song on the chord E major. If the picking pattern is down, 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 up, right? The next chord of this one goes to C sharp. So as we slide this middle finger along the fourth string, it's going to shift to the pointer finger instead. And then we're going to drop in the notes for the C sharp minor chord. So it's 4, 6, 6, 5, and 4. Then we're going to move all these notes up toward the ceiling to make a G sharp major chord. And that's the chord progression. Typically, the key of E major has 7 notes in it, right? Typically, the way they come up with chord progressions is they bang scale notes together, and whatever chords you can come up with using those 7 notes, that's what you use. A lot of times, though, I always say art is subjective and there's no rules for art. If it sounds good to you, you're good, you know? And in this case, they do use notes here and there that aren't part of the E major scale. It helps make it eccentric, you know, and I used to think and compare it to paintings by Picasso. If you were judging his art based on how relative the size of each eye was to each other, it's incorrect, right? I mean, one's bigger, one's smaller, or the nose is offset, and that was his artistic style. And so people do artistic style with their stuff, and it isn't wrong anymore. It's their style or their take. That's the case here. There's a couple notes. Not super important that we get which ones they are, but we're in E major, C sharp minor, G sharp major, and A major. The G sharp major would not, some of the notes, one note in this chord is not in the scale. And then at one point, he uses some open strings, uses some notes that aren't in the scale. So it's okay. We're all right. 1, 2, 3. He gets kind of interesting here. When he goes to the A major chord, it's... Okay, so these notes aren't all in the scale again, but it's kind of cool, right? It's 5th fret, and then the chorded notes. Does that twice. And then starts over again. With that said, now that's the chord progression. The lead guitar part is this. It does this pattern twice, this 4-note pattern. Then it does the same thing only once this time, and also moves the 5th fret down to the 4th fret on the 2nd string. So we got this 2 sets of 4. 1, 2, 4th fret. Then double time, double speed, we're going to go 5th fret, 5th fret, 4th fret. Okay. 1, 2. And start it all over again, okay? This thing, when this is going on, it's playing the open skinny string with these 5th and 4th fretted notes. You have the open strings with them. But what am I trying to say here? What happens is you're strumming. I strum up and down for these. And then I also use the tip of my pointer finger to touch the 3rd string to block that string out. I don't want to hear this one ring on accident if I accidentally strum it. So the tip of my pointer finger is touching just barely the bottom of that G string without pressing it down. I just have the fingertip resting on it. So if I accidentally hit it, it's going to make this sound. And I'm going to try not to hit it anyway. The other nice thing on this one, it's not super distorted. So you don't have to worry about notes flying and taking off on you, which they a lot of times do with heavy distortion on guitars. So, key of A major for a chord progression in general with some tweaks, and then the little lead part to go over it. Let me know what you think, and again, I'd love to hear if you got this movie name, you put it in the comments. Appreciate you all.